Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Motorhead Garage is presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Thank you for tuning in to another trucking episode of Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now, if you have a diesel or if you've driven a diesel, you know it gives you gobs of power at the top end, but at the bottom end it can be kind of sluggish. Actually, it can be a lot sluggish, and that's hard to get used to. But there is a solution for that, Eric. You are here from Stealth Performance, and with this little module, you have solved the problem.
What we do is we bring that power curve down to where you actually need it by manipulating the fuel pressure signal and the boost signal and transforming it into like a 4-stroke style power curve instead of like that 2-stroke where there's a lot of lag and then a sudden surge.
What does hooking this up do for my warranty on my vehicle?
Our non-invasive approach allows it where it doesn't leave any footprint. So we're leveraging the factory programming into making power. So the dealer can go in and they're never going to find history of us reprogramming the truck's computer because we simply never reprogrammed it.
Hence the name Stealth. No,
yeah,
never.
Correct. Yeah.
I love it. Now, what's the difference between this module and then something that would hook up under the dash?
Yeah, so an OBD2 style tuner is going to reprogram the truck, and their approach at power, really they can't make much before boost comes on. So they're doing a lot of timing and throttle sensitivity and stuff like that to try to get it up into where boost comes, and they start dumping the fuel. And they're going to raise the exhaust gas temperature limits, and you have gauges and stuff where you could blow up your truck if you wanted to, but you get to explore the limits. Where ours is a lot different. The way we're making power by bringing that fuel pressure up to get that efficient plume out of the injectors and bring you boost on earlier, we're able to give you power before boost comes in, and that's most driving situations where most people don't drive around over 2,000 RPM with your foot to the floor. Most of it is done quarter to half throttle below 2,000 RPM.
So this is really for people that own a truck that want to drive it and use it like a truck should be used.
Correct. Yeah, it's actually the silent majority. So, I mean, if you're going to be going to Walmart with your hood up, it's probably not the product for you. But, you know, if you actually use your truck to haul and like most people, like what they were designed for, then this is the perfect product.
Gotcha, and it's perfectly simple to install. Why don't you show us how it's done? While you're hooking this up, let's talk about efficiency. I know a lot of times people are getting higher performance, but you're giving up fuel economy. And how does that work with your unit?
Yeah, so that's a really hot subject, you know, mileage nowadays, especially with fuel prices going up. And it's using your logic by having more power down low. It's easy to see how it could equal mileage, especially by getting a more efficient plume out of the injectors. And that's why the majority of our customers do report like a nice mileage increase. However, we know it comes down to how you use that power. If you're going to use it to accelerate faster and, you know, feel it in the seat of your pants, which there's nothing wrong with that, just don't expect mileage too. You know, if you're going to use some discipline and use the power responsibly to keep your RPMs down and hold higher gears.
Makes sense. Now, where are you hooking this up to?
So I already hooked up down low into the fuel pressure sensor, which is right down there. It's probably tough for you guys to see, but it's not too bad. And then this one goes into the boost sensor up here. And so typically just run it along here and mount the module up in this corner. And
how would you mount that typically?
So you could use Velcro or zip ties.
Super simple install. And now this is not just for Fords, you make for all different makes across the board?
Correct. Chevy, Ram, Fords. We have one for the 99 Power Stroke all the way up to 2021.
And just a couple of connections to make here. We've actually got the module to plug in, and there is a lead here as well for the controller, which most people, you told me, leave under the hood, but there is enough cable here in case you want to run it through the firewall and get a little fancy. Yeah, correct. So this allows you to adjust it between stock, low, medium, and high. And it's not anything you have to really be messing with it much since it's still protected by the stock programming and safety parameters. So that's why most people leave it under the hood. And what you'll find once you install it is it's a good baseline modification where once you install this, you want it on every truck you have from then on. And if you want to go further, go further. And then if you want, you can pull it off, install it in another vehicle. It's not VIN locked. Well, you can feel the difference for yourself. Get one at stealthmodules.com. We will return with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings coming right up.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. Precision Retrofits, custom automotive lighting, and more. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. And by Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now, you've seen this truck before. It's our 1985 Chevrolet truck, and courtesy of our friends at Brothers Trucks, we made it into a short bed. It was a big old long bed, kind of ugly. And the next step in our restoration, the windows here, and Dave Welch, we see over on the driver's side, we still got the single vent window, and we've converted it to the single panel window, single piece window. Why are folks doing this so much?
Well, first, the sleek, smooth look is just smashing. Second, your vent windows, they have the rubber in them. It wears out. You get tons of whistling noise through there. So instead of rebuilding it, just get rid of it and put in a one-piece. The kit is just nice and clean. Takes me about an hour or two to install.
Now, this isn't something you want to just jump into. There's a few things you want to do before you start the whole process.
Right. So the first thing you actually want to do before you even order the kit is take off your door panel on the inside. Check out your door regulator, your window regulator. Make sure your lock is working, your door handles on the inside and outside are all looking good. This way you can order everything at once and just knock it all out.
So how does Brothers Trucks make this process simple?
Well, we're constantly going through every single product we have and updating everything. So we've recently gone through this. This is an exclusive kit just for us. We specifically had this glass made. We've got a specific front channel right here that we've made that bolts into basically original holes. Now, once you get your door panel off and you've got your additional parts that you may or may not need, what you're going to be doing is installing a front channel right in here. We've got some minor modifications on the rear channel, minor modifications on the door handle here. And then for that, it's basically about set. So you're just going to put in this piece, put in the rear channel, you'll put in your door handle, then you're going to just put in this weather strip right here.
Let's talk about that weather strip. It's not just some generic weather strip.
Right, we just didn't buy a longer one. I mean, it's really specific. It's the right length. It has these plugs that go right into the original sections right here. And it has a little relief cut right here where the top window rubber piece goes on here. So we had this specifically made. This window is specifically made. This bracket right here is specifically made. This is unique to Brothers Trucks.
And you guys thought of everything, making everything fit better than the originals even.
Right. Every single week we're doing a product on our YouTube channel, and you can see how to install everything piece by piece, minute by minute. And so we're showing you how to while we're updating everything at the same time.
Their videos are great. They're going to tell you what to do. The instructions that come with the products are also fantastic. Check out their whole line of stuff from your Chevy trucks and your GM trucks, 1947 through 1987. Go to brotherstrucks.com. Motorhead Garage is brought to you by NHOU Protective Coatings, and we're sure glad you came along for the ride. Now, if you're a fabricator, you no doubt know the name Mittler Brothers. They've been around for a long, long time. It all started with this bead roller back 41 years ago, but your line has expanded over the last 4 decades. Ray, what makes Mittler Brothers special?
We make everything in-house, or as much as we can. It's all made in USA. We're very proud of that fact. We've got 50 employees that are great people, and they love what they do.
Now, we know the quality is great because you guys control it, and you guys have also come up with some really innovative products, including this metal brake right here. It's not just your typical metal brake. What makes it different?
Well, our brake has removable bed fingers, which is different from a lot of other brakes and allows you to get a lot tighter parts in, and parts that have been bent in different sequences, which allows you to get them in there a little easier.
So you're making some compound bends?
Very much, yep.
What else makes it easy to use?
You're able to get a lot of complex parts in with the available space behind your work area.
Moving up to the newest member of the Mittler Brothers family, this is the Beverly Shear. Now, this has been around, Ray, for almost a century. Why is it so popular? Why has it lasted so long?
Well, it is the industry standard as far as that goes on handheld shears, able to cut all different various thicknesses, able to cut straight cuts as well as radius cuts.
You have a few different models there, so what's the range of metals you can cut?
Pretty much you can cut from paper thin all the way up to 3/16.
All right, now, Ray, this is really the flagship of the Mittler Brothers line here. This is the ultimate tubing notcher.
I've got to tell you, just about every race shop I've ever been in has a notcher, but not just any notcher. They have a Mittler Brothers notcher. They have this. Why do race teams love it?
Basically, it's simple and easy to use. Simple as that.
So you want that efficiency when you're racing, of course.
Absolutely.
A lot of folks use the old hole saw method. Folks that are using that, what do they tell you once they see the Mittler Brothers version?
Well, funny story. I was at a show and I had a customer who come up to me and he says, last year you tried to get me to buy this machine. I paid more attention to my hole saw usage this past year, and he says, I've already bought this machine. I want it. So he purchased the machine. He come back the following year and bought another one because he's able to produce more cars, hire more people, and he needed another notcher. And he said, this is the way to go. Fast, efficient, easy to set up, and he was off.
If you don't own tools from Mittler Brothers, you are going to want some, so check them out at MittlerBros.com. We will return with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings right after this.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. You know, when it comes to audio on your vehicle, whether you're talking a boat, a UTV, or a motorcycle, there's only one place to go, and that's Rockford Fosgate. Dan, tell me why you guys are the one-stop shop, and why should I pick you over the competitors that are out there?
We're known for big power, big performance, and we have a product that fits any need audio-wise.
And let's talk about style here. You've got some of the coolest looking gear out there. How important is style to Rockford Fosgate?
Very important. We spend a lot of time making sure the products look like they belong to the Rockford family. We spend a lot of time with lighting and fixtures and fitment, so when you see it all together, it looks like you're buying Rockford.
And when you think of style, in America, you think of Harley Davidson.
Yep.
And tell me about your special relationship with Harley Davidson.
So 6 months or so ago, we launched the OEM partnership with Harley Davidson. So any of the new CVOs and premium bikes will come with full Rockford audio systems on them, as well as our accompaniment of aftermarket audio systems for Harley.
How did what Harley does match with what you guys do at Rockford?
The brands align very well. You know, Harley Davidson, you expect big power, big performance, and that's what Rockford offers as well.
Of course, with a motorcycle, all your gear is out there in the elements, and that lends itself to UTVs as well, because everything out there takes a beating. How does Rockford match up with that lifestyle with UTVs?
Yeah, so everything we have is IPX6 rated, so it's good for the elements. It can get wet, it can get splashed, washed. You know, there's a lot of mud and dirt out there. And we have kits available for all Polaris models, all Can-Am models. And we have an OEM relationship with Polaris as well, where you can find our products on the Pro XP product.
So just like with Harley Davidson, you can find them on a stock Polaris as well. Very cool. And of course, we talk about elements. That leads us to boats. You guys are big in the marine world as well.
Yeah, so a lot of the products that we use in the side-by-side market do double duty in the marine world. So you can see some of our subs down here are IP-rated amplifiers, and then obviously our color optics solution. This is our moto cans, and you can see these flashing away in front of you. So all of our marine products carry the color optics capability.
And one thing that I really like is you make all the Rockford accessories easy to install and easy to use. To what lengths do you guys go for as far as installation?
Yeah, this kit sitting in front of you was designed to have no cutting or drilling. It's not always possible. Sometimes you have to do something, but if that situation arises, we'll include the tool or the drill bit or the whatever is required to do the installation. Everything is plug and play, meaning no mistakes, right? We have full length videos that walk you through tear apart, reassembly, and of course a tech support staff that's always available to answer any questions, or www.rockfordfosgate.com.
And one thing I really love is there's an app to control all of it. It is all super cool. You can check them out online. If you have a vehicle that needs speakers and needs music, check them out at rockfordfosgate.com. You know, you can use all the great products from the last coat to get your car looking fantastic, but invariably it's going to rain and you're going to end up with water spots. But there is a solution for that, is there not, Nick?
There certainly is. We have Clear SR right here. This is our acid-based water spot remover. It's very easy and effective to remove the water spots. So I'll show you how to do this.
All right, and pretty easy to apply?
Very, very easy to apply. We're just going to wet our microfiber right here with it.
How come you're not using a spray bottle for this?
I don't like the sprayer method, especially if you're outdoors and it's really windy. It's just, the moment you spray it, it's going to tend to want to go everywhere you're not really working. So doing this keeps it very much contained into the working area that you want to get the water spots gone from. So we're going to use our microfiber here. We're going to make circular motions.
Oh, it's already looking great just from one little swipe there. What if we get some of this on the paint?
If we get it onto the paint, it's going to be the same method to remove it as I'm going to show you right here on the glass, so no worries there. Even if you have water spots on your paint, you can certainly do the same thing here to remove them. So now you can see we have some clear SR on here. We are going to take a second dry towel. You can use a bottle of water, glass cleaner. In this instance, we're going to grab Go 2. We're going to spray it right onto our surface. This is going to neutralize the acid and give us a really, really brilliant glass window here.
Oh my goodness. That is amazing.
So how's that look to you?
Yeah, very little effort, right?
Very, very little effort.
And then what do you need to do if you want to protect, if you're doing that on the paint?
So this is acid-based, so yes, it's going to remove any type of protective coating that is on the surface. So now you would follow up with TLC2 or Go 2 or any type of sealant to protect the surface at that point.
What other surfaces can we use this on besides glass?
We can use it on paint, chrome, and that's pretty much where you're going to be using it. Mostly those are the areas that are going to create water spotting for you.
Well, getting water spots off is just that easy. Check them out at thelastcoat.com/Motorhead for a special discount for our Motorhead Garage viewers. We're about to head to break, and by the way, that should be just about enough time for you to get online and order some of the Last Coat for yourself. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings right after this.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Tire Service International, your first choice for tire equipment. In-Beat Diesel, stock to performance builds, we're ready to do it all. And by Revolution Gear, a brand name you can trust.
Tribotex comes in lots of shapes and sizes, and Pasha, there's a lot of different varieties. So break this down for me. Which Tribotex do I need for my vehicle?
Most users of passenger cars would go with the original. This is our formula that we started with, and it covers most of the market. When you drive a semi or 18-wheeler, then semi edition or big rig edition is the best fit for you. They usually have about 10 times as much of an oil, and because you have more material and engine design better, it lasts dramatically more than original in those applications. On the other side, there's all kind of the household equipment that is suitable for smaller applications. Mini, perfect for the riding lawnmower. Many people who not ready to try some new technology in full-size car, they look at small applications like a chainsaw or the riding lawnmower.
I know a lot of folks that are real hesitant to put, most folks are real hesitant to put something in their vehicle that they haven't tried before, and that's how they ease into it with Tribotex.
Yes, specifically after a winter, lawnmowers that have been stored for whole winter are smoky, sluggish. They replace oil, and this is the perfect time to apply it because you will immediately notice reduction of the oil consumption, slight boost in the power, and engine just generally runs smoother, and it's safe for all applications.
What do you hear from folks that end up doing that? They put that in their weed eater or their lawnmower or something like that. What do you hear from those guys?
We love to see returning customers, and that's what drives our repeat sales. For us, the business is not selling you stuff for every oil change. For us, business is keeping your vehicle alive.
If you've got an engine, big or small, Tribotex can help them all. See what I did there? Check them out at Tribotex.com. See what Tribotex can do for you.
Time now for the lowdown with Magic Creeper.
All right, let me tell you about the Magic Creeper. Makes it super easy to get down on the ground like this. Look at this, no ground clearance required. It is simply flat. You're not on a classic Creeper where you'd have the big tall wheels and you get up closer to the car. So you have a lot more room to work under the vehicle. Plus with a Magic Creeper, you can move forward and backwards. And if you want to move side to side, of course, you can do that as well. The Magic Creeper is your friend in all kinds of emergencies. If you're beside the road and you need to make a quick fix underneath the car, use the Creeper. It'll protect you from all the mud and the muck and any sharp surfaces or bumps and rocks and that sort of thing on the side of the road. The Magic Creeper will get dirty and you will not. It'll keep your clothes clean and dry and you'll be ready to move on to your destination. If you've got a flat tire, the Magic Creeper is your friend as well. You can use it as a kneeling pad when you're changing the tire, and believe me, if you've ever had to kneel or squat on the side of the road to change a tire where there's rocks and glass and all kinds of stuff, you're going to be very glad you have the Magic Creeper. And once again, keeping your clothes clean and dry so you can move on to your destination with no sweat. And if you're beside the road or if you're in a parking lot and you need to get a jump start, you can use the Magic Creeper as a fender cover to protect your vehicle or the vehicle that you're jump starting as well. Magic Creeper has all kinds of uses around the house, and it's not just for folks at home. You can actually use it if you're a professional. We've heard from lots of pros that are using it in their shops. They can triage a vehicle outside the shop and decide whether they need to bring it in or if they have to make a quick fix. They can do that using the Magic Creeper. So there is only one place to get the Magic Creeper. That's at magiccreeper.com. Go online, check them out, accept no substitutes. You're going to love the Magic Creeper. We have lots of cool products like the Magic Creeper on our show every week, and we're going to do it once again next week, so be sure to tune in then. In the meantime, check out our Facebook page, tell us how we're doing, and email Jeff at masterstv.com if you have a product you'd like to see here on Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. From our entire crew, we will see you once again next week. Drive safely in the meantime.